Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me, but I am in Taksim in Istanbul and I'm currently going to the airport. Oh, my headphones are out. Going to the airport so that I can go to Bodrum, which is another city in Turkey, and I'm going to document this little trip whilst at the same time talking about 10 things that I learned without having my phone for 10 days. Might be less than 10 things, I don't think I learned that much, but here we go. So my attempt at trying to film this video whilst travelling to Bodrum from Istanbul completely failed because I forgot the airport's the loudest place ever, so it completely did not work. But I'm going to do it from a different place in Turkey now, and I'm just going to record it now and talk about what I learned when I didn't have my phone. So apart from all the obvious stuff like, oh, I'm less distracted, all of this stuff, I think there are a few things that were super shocking to me, such as that people really do invade your personal space when you have a phone. And what I mean by this is that if we were in person, me and you wouldn't be tapping me constantly on the shoulder asking for my attention or asking me to answer something from you, the same way that like a child does to an adult. But for some reason, people just don't seem to think of this in the same way when we think of texting or calling. Like, there's not really a barrier as to how many times you text someone or how many times you call someone. We just kind of do it, and the other person has like an obligation to reply, and even more so to sometimes reply quickly. Well, at least I do. I feel really weird if I don't reply quickly to a message, or at least in a decent amount of time, because I feel like I don't want to make that other person wait for me or waste their time because it might be urgent. So then I'm always on my phone checking, kind of, which is a stupid mentality. But yeah, so this is what I realized, that phones are like having everyone in the world right at your shoulder saying, hey, what's up? And it's like, oh, we need to like somehow get rid of this culture, at least for people like me. The second thing I learned is how much better public transport journeys can be without your phone. Before, I used to bring books when I used to go on the train, like pretty much every train journey or bus journey with me, and be like, oh, I'm going to read or I'm going to do this. But I ended up always being really tired from whatever I was doing, and I would kind of just go on my phone because it's easier and maybe read like 5 pages of the book. But when you have no other option apart from the book and you've got a 30-minute journey, you will read that book, especially if it's your journey, your initial journey. But if it's your coming back home journey, then you will be a little bit tired and you might not be as productive. But at least the first journey, you're not going to have this kind of, like, this is what I do. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, oh, phone. This goes away. This is the concentration. Whilst if you don't have the phone, I literally would read the book, not Vogue, not this magazine. I would read for half an hour, solid. And I would just get so many pages and I would feel so nice on the train and clean, kind of, whilst sometimes I feel like so groggy when I'm on my phone the whole time. So that's one thing, that you can really boost up these travel journeys without your phone. But on the other hand, you can also boost up your travel journeys with the phone, because you can listen to a podcast, you can listen to an audiobook, you can do all these things and it's fine. But sometimes I feel like the brain needs some good old-fashioned paper instead of always the headphones inside the ear. What else did I learn? I learned that phones are actually really good when you're tired. Like I said, that coming back journey, sometimes you just can't do it. You can't read, you can't absorb information. And your phone offers this like kind of fun way to like pass time. Whilst I remember I was super tired coming back home, and I was just, the minutes were just, every minute I was just trying to count it down as to when I was gonna get home. I was like, oh my God. And if I had my phone, I know that would just go quicker and I would feel less annoyed, kind of. And then I also just realized another thing, that when I was with people, I was so much happier, and I was way less like, not that I'm moody, but I was way less moody and calmer, because usually someone texting me something affects me or affects my mood, because it's probably like, oh, do this, oh, did you remember to do this, oh, can you do this for me? And then it just makes me stressed, and then I don't enjoy the moment with this person or friend. And it's like, well, whilst when you don't have a phone, what happens is that you leave all of your shit at the doorstep, and you leave and you go into the world, and you're like, oh, like outside world. And then when you come back, you have this like piece of shit waiting for you when you open your laptop. So many messages, so many emails that you just haven't been keeping up with throughout the day, that it's just like, oh my God. And you'll just spend so much time on your laptop trying to catch up with all of these things. Calls, FaceTimes, all of this. And then when you're home, you just waste that time kind of at home. That's what ended up happening to me, at least. But at least when I was outside, it was really nice and refreshing. It was kind of like, okay, now's my break. Going outside is my break. And then coming inside is like my dealing with other people in a productive way, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I think those are the main things that I kind of discovered without having my phone. I really loved it. Like, I really did. Like, I didn't miss music. I didn't really miss my camera. Like, I didn't really care. Like, I just listened to music when I was home, or I was just observing people and listening to kind of the sounds around me. But would I choose this life? Do I think it works? Like, no. Like, I actually did so much research because I was so happy without my phone that I really researched into this afterwards. And like, if you have Spotify, which most people do, there isn't like an iPod for Spotify that works without a 3G connection, apart from this tiny little like shuffle player that they've created. So it's like £89. So I was thinking, okay, I could get that, and I could have my music on this tiny little shuffle player, and I could be all like minimalist about it. Okay, so I was like, music sorted. Then I was like, camera. I was like, yeah, it would be quite cool to get like a nice camera, then I could be actually like meaningful with my photos and like take like good ones, instead of just being like taking a photo of like crap, which is what I usually do. But am I going to be like lugging around a massive camera plus my shuffle player? And then I'm going to have to get a brick phone. And then it's like, the thing for me is that I am too international. I went to university in a different country. I was born in a different country. My parents are from different countries. I've so many people from around the world that I want to be in contact with, like, a lot. And WhatsApp is my BFF. So with WhatsApp, I need to have an iPhone or whatever, Android. So yeah, that's my conclusion. Like, if you really do want to live without an iPhone, I would recommend trying it for 1 week, because it really clears your mind, especially if you don't get that many messages. Yeah, I don't know. If you don't have a computer, I'm obsessed with my computer, so it was very easy for me to go back. But yeah, that's it. So that's an alternative if you would like it. Otherwise, we should find a way to stop using our iPhones as much, really. Or at least, like, I don't know, my friend recently told me that she just turned off her notifications. So she is actively checking WhatsApp. Like, if she wants to check it, she would check it, instead of just letting other people kind of control what she does. Because sometimes she goes on her phone for a different purpose, but then gets dragged into the WhatsApp vibe. So yeah, that's a quick update. Sorry I didn't record it whilst moving around. That would have been a lot more funner to watch instead of me just blah 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 blah. But yeah, have to post some stuff for you. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.